Thanks for chatting with me.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me.
I want to talk about how your NSL journey began, because you were in Iceland. You were playing, player coaching, getting your coaching licenses.
Yes.
And then the Halifax Tides call. And what changes?
So I have to be honest, that they were like, we want to have a discovery call, and I was not sure how that call was going to go. So I, with my coaching, and I was like, they may ask me to coach, they may ask me to play. I had no idea. So I was like, I'm just going to see how this goes. And they were like, no, we want you to play. And at this point, I was kind of already considering retiring. Like I've just turned 42 and have a beautiful baby boy that's 4 months. And so I, was kind of thinking it might be time. But then this call happened, and I knew the league was like official. And I remember saying to Diana Matheson a long time before this, like, anything I can do to help promote the league. I didn't think that I would be in it, obviously. But then it got to a point where the thing that is so wonderful is I was doing the coaching and the playing, but the other keepers on the team went to the US to play at university. So I was kind of like, I had to play. But my motivation completely returned. And not that I was unmotivated before, but I've played for the national team, and there's a level of commitment to learning and improving, and it just felt that it came back so naturally, and I kind of knew, it's funny when you have these revelations, you're like alone in a locker room, and I was like, I have to do this. And not just for myself, but my 5-year-old Erin, who didn't have this as an option, it just became, obviously, just a no-brainer, and I'm so grateful. But it wasn't like, yes, but I haven't looked back since. I have, questioned a few times in preseason a little bit with a newborn and the amount of work and how tired I am, but it will all be worth it, I have no doubt.
Why do you think it took Diana Matheson to get this league off the ground?
Honestly, I think we've had a history of sports in our country where it hasn't been very feminist thinking, and women have been an afterthought. And I think we are now kind of turning a corner where I have to give props to Kevin Blue at Canada Soccer. We have some people who firmly believe that the women's team should be getting as the same amount of attention as the men's team, and trying to push these things forward. But before he got there, we needed somebody like a Diana Matheson who was unwilling to take no for an answer. And she's been pushing Canada Soccer. She's been pushing a lot of people because there's been so many naysayers for so long. And Canada's a huge country. Do we have enough people? Blah, 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 blah. And she found a way, and she was determined. And I saw her like a year and a half ago when I was commentating for TSN, and it looked like she hadn't slept in like 7 months. But I was proud of her then. I'm so proud of her now. She, this wonderful media day, she gave a toast last night to a bunch of people there. And like this has all happened because of her determination and who she is as a human being. And as her friend, I knew it was going to happen. As her friend, I'm so proud. I like, not just for me, she's like fulfilled my dream, but like the number of people that this will impact is not just now, but in the future. Like, you can't measure that. And I think she's a gift. Yeah. I know. I knew it was going to happen. Damn it.
You spoke to this a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you hope this league accomplishes as far as changing dreams for people in this country?
Well, I think, first of all, women's sports is like on the rise, and there's so many different levels. Young people that play sports, they become better leaders, better in their community. They learn how to work with other people. There's so many wonderful things about sport. And honestly, for so long, sport has not been accessible to everyone. We still have a long way to go, I think, but that opportunity means that we're going to develop like more fuller, richer, like human beings that are going to make this country better. So, it's accomplishing that. I also think it's opening doors for, I know Accelerate Her is a coaching program that's happening across the country, but now we can get more women and gender diverse individuals in coaching. As physiotherapists, we have more opportunities. For me, kind of like the list is absolutely endless. But at the end of the day, I think you just want more and more people in sport, even for health reasons. And so now that is really just more of an opportunity for more people.
I'm so struck by the language you use too, that you kind of push back against this idea that it's just great for young girls, but that it's bigger than that.
Absolutely. I know that Natalie Portman, when she was investing in Angel City in the NWSL, what struck her is when her son was looking at these female athletes and respecting them exactly the same as males. And for me, that's what it is. Because a lot of times people say, oh, we're going to inspire young girls and gender diverse individuals. I'm like, we're going to be inspiring everybody. Because at the end of the day, when you see them as an athlete first, that is what we have the opportunity to do.
How do you think a league like this elevates the national program?
Yeah, I think it's really just more touch points. Like now, Casey Stoney's in charge now, and she has the opportunity to see more Canadians. This league is wonderful in the sense that we've had so many wonderful soccer players. Women develop a little bit later, right? So generally, when they're done university, they still have so much more potential. But in this country, where are they going, right? So now I think we have the opportunity to develop these players. We have a national team coach who's going to be watching more of these games. I know she wants to be an integral part of this. So I think, again, it's more opportunity, and we want to grow the player pool. We've been, and I hate to say, but we've been so fortunate. We have so many fantastic players that have come through this system, but without a league, we've been lucky. And now we have the opportunity, I know you create your own luck, but we're building player pools that are bigger, more competitive. So it's not just about staying kind of afloat in the top 5, it's about being number 1 and staying there.
I'm struck by the fact too that you're talking about sort of an ecosystem of players, but this league builds an ecosystem of coaches, admin, marketers, media members. Do you think about the scope of that as well?
Oh, absolutely. At Halifax, we have a very large, front office staff, and just that alone, there's so many opportunities there. And I think the beautiful thing about joining the staff and creating something from scratch is we have the opportunity to build a culture where we can all benefit from one another and grow together. Even players and sponsorships and clubs, and we have the opportunity where every person involved can feel worthy, feel valued, and could create something powerful together. So I'm really fortunate, but also think that no matter what your dream is, people might be coming to this to watch us play because they want to be in marketing, and now that opportunity exists for them.
I'd love to know more about your connection to the city of Halifax and why that team was particularly appealing to you.
So 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to be an EDIA consultant with the Halifax City Soccer Club, and I really fell in love with kind of the EDIA community. Halifax is very tight-knit, people are together, but also my sister lives there, my older sister, and I was talking about this with one of the players. I have not been in the same city as my family since the 11th grade because football, soccer has taken me all over the world. So my sister and my brother-in-law are there with their 3 kids. And honestly, it's kind of a full circle moment. I remember when my nephew was born and I held him in my arms, and he was my motivation for so many of the national team games that I played in. And now he gets to hold my son. And I get to see her every day. So to be able to play for the people I love the most in the world is I could not be more grateful.
You're gonna make me cry.
I know, I can't stop. I can't stop. Yeah.
But you don't realize how much you need family.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh my God.
Until you have a kid.
Totally. And they're my anchor. And just to see my nieces and nephews holding him, I've just traveled forever, and to feel like, first of all, I'm coming home, and to be able to play the sport that I love. Like, I thought I would have retired 10 years ago. People are like, you're 42. And I'm like, I know, what am I doing? But, and I'm older than like everyone's parents on my team, but here we are. Anyway, no, it's just, it's a gift, and I'm grateful every day. I'm even trying to be grateful when I lose small-sided games, but for the most part, I am very, very grateful.
Okay, let's talk about on the pitch.
Okay.
Because you mentioned small-sided games.
Yeah.
You've been in camp. Yes. What's the vibe? What's the mood? What's the energy? What can fans expect from this club, do you think?
I think Halifax, what I've been so impressed with is the quality of human beings at our club. They're like kind. I had like a homemade cake. Someone baked a cake for me. They did the locker room. Like, there are good humans. And for me, like, culture is everything because it's your X factor, right? Like, you have the ability to fight harder for the person to your left and right. And I think there's that. We'll have a team that's going to fight for one another, which is something I'm super proud of. We also have some like international like flavor in there that is just like some really nice skill, a lot of variety, and you will hear someone screaming in the back.
Who would that be?
I don't know. She shall remain nameless. But yeah, just exciting football. I'm really excited to see the other teams. Like, I'm just like, I'm just really looking forward to seeing what the level's at across the league.
You just turned 42. Happy belated.
Thank you.
Usually in pro sports, aging is framed as a debilitating factor.
Yes.
And yet I sort of see it as a competitive advantage. And I'm wondering if you see it that way.
So it can be all of the above. I think, you know, a lot of my sports heroes, what they've done really well is as they've aged, they've adapted, they've realized their game is different. And I think as I've gotten older, and a lot of people say this, it's the people. And what I love is that moment when you're working with someone and you say something, or it's the tone of your voice, or you help them realize something and something clicks for them. And you know, in some way, like, you've helped them to get to that next place. And for me, that's the gold. But also my experience, I think my teammates maybe respect me a little too much, but you know, it's so nice to be back home. And even some of my teammates have said, I should be more humble about this, but that they have like a signed jersey from me, or they have something on their wall. And I've never been in Canada to understand the type of impact like our team has had, right? So I don't know where I was going with that.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Just went on a tangent. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
I wonder how much thought you give to that first game, particularly that first home game.
Yeah.
When you're going to be walking out there, playing pro in this country with your family members, your son.
Yeah. So I promised myself this year I would enjoy it. I've been hard on myself my whole career, and I'm working on it. And so I tell everyone I'm just going to have fun in the first game. I'm competitive to a fault, so I probably will have more fun if we're winning. But I think what used to keep me so inspired with the national team is the moment I would see my family in the stands. That's like all I ever needed, and I get to have that again. And I'd always want to know where they're sitting, because I have to find them, and I'll find them before the game. And as soon as I find them, I'm good, you know. So I look forward to that moment.
I look forward to watching you play.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.